Hello there, Chris here from Becker's Models, and it's time for one of those videos that everyone seems to put out, and I'm guilty of doing the same. At the start of a year we say, oh, here are our plans for 2023, and I would love to tell you that, finger in frame, that I'm going to do one of these ones, the P40, or maybe get stuck into the shelf of glory of Tamiya. But no, maybe I'll do this instead. Ooh, Felixstowe. I did promise I would do that last year, but that's the problem. Other things start to distract you. Other big projects like this fellow, the Lancaster, and I just got the crew for that the other day. Might show you that sooner or later. But yeah, my plans this year don't involve any of these kits. They don't involve any of the... Oh, let's just zoom down and you might see Penny. This is my shelves of doom, cabinet of doom of unfinished models, all the way down there. Say hello, Penny. There she is, faithful dog. No, my plans involve these models. Yep, they're all built, they're all done. I've got over a dozen paint mules, if you don't know what a paint, and various large pieces of fuselage and so forth of parts that I've saved over the years. And a few of these tanks, for example, I have done a bit of painting. A paint mule is effectively one step up from just using a sheet of styrene, where you practice on the real thing, the real sort of plane or tank with real surfaces and curves and panel lines and rivets to get an understanding of how your painting or how your weathering is going. And that's all I'm doing this year, folks. I'm sorry. If I do occasionally get to clear these aside and slowly get into my CH53E, that's a bonus, but my year is going to be practicing deliberate practice, the secret's in the title, how to actually paint and weather models. I've been putting it off for years, and I've been plateauing out, just trying little things here and there and not wanting to be too adventurous, or just not having the confidence to move forward. And I've done this in other avenues where I've broken down a very particular, a very technical subject into its small parts. And while I do struggle a bit on the artistic side, I'm trying to get my head around color theory and all that sort of stuff. I know that I keep getting distracted by just starting more models, building more models, wanting to finish more models, when what I really should be doing, and it suits my personality, it may not suit you, I need a clean slate. So that's what I've done. I'll just zoom over here to the paint booth. So the paint booth, that's going to be filled with sheet styrene and models this year. And so the other half of the thing I'm going to be doing this year is perfecting doing my aircraft in flight. So there you can see me in the reflection. That's my display cabinet here, my MiG-31 and other things. I want to make this better. So as much as I want to improve getting the models looking better, getting them weathered nicely, what I really want to perfect is how can I get them in flight, and how can I show you guys how to make these fantastic machines look realistic while they're flying. So I've identified 5 major things. If you want to read the description, or I'll come out with a video soon. I don't want to make this one too long. But I've also got a new 3D printer, and that's going to form the core of what I'm going to be doing, experimenting with new bases, moving away from acrylic rods up exhausts, and experimenting with motors to motorize props and backdrops. I'm using a painted cloud backdrop there, but moving away from very simple stands. And even though that Messerschmitt one looks pretty nice, I want to get into something a bit more, crossing that barrier, so these models start to look like the real thing instead of, posed on a white sheet of paper, wheels down like a car. Sorry, I've got to put that dig in, but I'm over that. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there. I will, by accident, finish a few models this year. I've got a few planned. I hate using that word, planned. I've got a few ideas. I'll see if I can switch over to the other bench. Hang on a sec. So that P38, I did agree to do a buddy build with Mick Drover with that, so I will do that one later this year. And I've got a few Mustangs up here, the Armour Hobby ones and some Airfix ones. Oh, and there's an Airfix Spitfire in there as well. And I've built this Tamiya Mustang before. These are going to be advanced paint mules, but I will tinker around with those, so you might see build videos on them. And then of course there's a CH53E. I will forward on with that very slowly. All the stuff's in that box there. Sorry for panning so fast. So let's get back down to the paint mules and finish it there. So that's what it's going to be for 2023. If you're expecting lots of build videos, I'm sorry, they're not going to be there. I do have a few in the can, as I said in my 2022 wrap up. I do have, I will be filming my deliberate practice series, so you will see me start to put videos out, but it won't be until at least the end probably of February, because I've got to work full time between now and then. And they'll come out hopefully weekly, but probably fortnightly. Let's be honest, it's going to take me a while to get through them. And it's going to be at least, I've already mapped it out, I've already got a schedule, I've already written it all down, I've gone overboard as I'm always want to do. It's going to be at least 50 episodes, okay, I'm sorry. But I'm going to go from the start, and I'll do a detailed video on exactly how I intend to tackle this, and I'll leave some links to explain what the whole idea of deliberate practice is all about. It does involve feedback, so I will still be on Facebook and other social media. I will need help with this. And that does include you guys. If you want to leave comments and push me along to the right places, I'm more than welcome to keep talking to you about that. But I'll leave it there. As I said, I wanted to make this short. I probably rabbited on too long. But 2023, it's going to be no finishes by design, only by accident. So let's get into it.